Yo, what's up out there in the world? This is Vaughn B, and this is my man Ricky, and we are coming to you live from planet Earth. So,
with the hot ass weather.
all right. So let me check and make sure that we're up on Rumble. Still says upcoming. Okay. Hey, all right. We are live on Rumble.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I just heard the echo of my voice. So, okay. Yeah. All right. And I'm still hearing my voice. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to figure how to. Well, I just. Okay. I just closed it. Doing new things.
Yeah, that's why we're amateurs.
What I probably should have done is connected with my phone to check. But hey, this is a learning thing, so it'll get better, and all that stuff. All right. So how's your day, bro? Day all right?
Just resting.
Oh, okay. I got a new. I'll tell you later. All right. So the first thing that we are going to get into is the Star Wars Outlaws 10-minute trailer, because Star Wars has been such an excellent thing. I'm quite sure you're looking forward to this.
Hopefully, at least something with Star Wars. So far, it's for the next what? Everything's been bad.
Well, it is. Let me put this over here. All right. Professionalism. All right, so 10-minute trailer. So here we go.
This month's IGN First is Star Wars Outlaws. We'll be diving deep into Massive Entertainment's open world adventure into a galaxy far, far away throughout July, with new behind-the-scenes looks and features. We've already explored how Massive brought the cinematic spectacle of Star Wars into an open galaxy setting, and now we're thrilled to bring you a full mission of exclusive gameplay. Taking place on the classic desert planet of Tatooine, this expert mission takes Kate on a journey involving a Jawa and a Sarlacc pit as she journeys from the sand to the stars. Enjoy.
What's funny is they got so many planets in the Star Wars universe that they keep going back to the same ones over and over again.
Another female character.
Yeah, folks, they've basically been calling her Juana.
Hey, I heard you could put a turret on my ship. I'm sorry?
She said she'll put a turret anywhere if you give her a tooth. Forgive the intrusion, but I sensed you needed an interpreter.
Okay. She? I didn't even. I know that they probably have she's. No, they've never actually gave them a gender. They just were. They just referred them as what they were. They never actually talked about male or female. I mean, the fact that they had to emphasize that it's a she, that is kind of unnecessary, because they have never been mentioned as male or female, ever. So this is the first time I've ever heard anybody refer to these folks as by their gender. So that's telling. Yeah, that is kind of telling of how this game is going to go. So we're a minute in, and what the hell?
Oh, thanks, but I'm not giving her a tooth.
No, not your tooth. A Sarlacc tooth. One from its second mouth.
Second mouth? Oh, you won't take credits?
She says if you won't pay for breakfast, you can eat sand for free. A Jawa proverb.
No, I get it. I'll get the tooth. But that turret better be good.
You have a deal? How exciting. You know, this reminds me of my time negotiating with the Trade Federal.
Hey, MD, you know where I can
Oh,
get
three
a
females. Awesome.
Starlock tooth?
Sarlacc. And you need to find its pit. I'd start in the Dune Sea.
What is that?
This is a Tatooine, right? That planet.
Yeah, they instead of creating their own like thing, they just went back to
Stay sharp, Kay. A pristine Sarlacc tooth is worth a lot on the black market.
You saying I'll have competition?
Dead Sarlaccs get scavenged fast. Anyone else looking for a tooth won't be coming alone.
what the hell? I wonder where this footage has been pulled from, because doesn't the graphics aren't actually going away.
It's a dead Sarlacc. Who knows what's crawling around down there?
I wonder if binoculars know that those are pirates.
What was that pirate? The one that used to come on the
We're going in next.
the leader, the pirate, Hondo, right? Remember
That's
Hondo?
one mouth down.
I
Good,
think-
buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
the
was
hell?
like a group of leader of the pirates. His name was Hondo. He came on the Clone Wars and
Oh,
Rebels.
Ugh. It's kind of
okay.
leathery.
Okay, why does this look like a cave?
Kay, the Jawas have arrived at the ship.
Did they bring a turret?
They did. They have
Alright,
yet
it's-
to confirm that it works.
Okay, well,
All right, is she
you keep
she's
an eye
supposed
on
to be in a
that.
toilet? Like, this is
gotta
supposed
find
to
a
be
way
a
down to the
creature.
bottom of this pit.
What is this supposed to be? So far, it looks very generic. Like,
Ugh, so many dead things in this dead thing.
okay, all right. Is she in it's bro? Like, what the hell? Like, what is this?
Little egg.
So it looks like a cave. So it looks like something that looks like a cave, and then but she's acting like it's right. That's a cave.
Well, that worked.
One, I wasn't under the impression that these things were this big. So what they're saying is that when it dies, it turns into a giant friggin' cave. It's kind of weird.
In the middle of the desert, huh?
Right. So it's
What do you
like,
see? Phew, the tooth, finally. Sorry, droid. I need this more than you. ND?
Finally. What's your status?
Well, I found a tooth. Now I just need to get out of this pit. Why? You worried about me?
About you? No. Hurry, please.
What's her mission?
to get a Sarlacc tooth, but she got the tooth from inside the Sarlacc instead of around his mouth, which is weird because they have teeth on their mouth. These graphics are not good, man. Hey, awesome commercial.
Ready for game
I
day?
love unskippable commercials.
It's going to be a
Cars
lecture.
that I'm never gonna buy.
Hey, come back here. That's my tooth.
No. What the hell?
Wait.
All right, Nix. Go get him. Someone nearby?
I guess he's her radar or something.
All this for a tooth.
Okay, so they can't figure out what the stuff is coming from.
They're headed for us. Oh, got the tooth. I should get out of here.
Oh, this is generic as hell, man.
We're going loud. Oh!
Kay, the Jawas are getting impatient.
How can you tell?
They're trying to disassemble me.
Okay.
So far,
I'm
don't
headed
look that
back to
good.
their boss now,
No.
all right? Just, try to stay in one piece. Here. Straight from the, second mouth. That's good, right?
Oh, yes. I love watching the wheels of commerce in motion.
Ah, Criff. It's hot, Nix.
What's the name of the game? Star Wars Outlaws?
Yeah.
Turret is active, Kay.
The TIE Fighter.
We'll have more exclusive look.
All right, that looks generic as hell, dude. It's like, what the hell? This is basically, okay. Basically, everything with Star Wars now sucks,
I
dude.
don't know what else.
Now, I was kind of hoping that like it would be interesting enough for me to maybe think about getting it when it first comes out, but nah, that looks like
Don't look that good to me. Even for me, it's like I don't know. I'll be playing this game.
right, and it's like it looks very generic, like every other sneak around game. The fact that, all right, so from the trailers that they showed before, you are a girl boss talking to a bunch of other girl bosses. Is like it's girl bosses throughout the Star Wars universe. It's like, bro, I understand that all of this stuff was greenlit 2-3 years ago, so that's why it's all coming out now. But it's like, bro, I'm so over the girl boss shit. Like, really and truly.
Especially after the Acolyte, then this comes up.
Well, the fact that these dumb, I'm like, bro, they, as far as I can remember, they have never referred to in maybe in one of the books or something like that. They might have referred to the
Star
Jawas.
Wars, right?
Yeah, maybe one of the books, Tales of the like Tales of whatever. They might have referred to the Jawas gender, but I've never seen it in anything live action or anything. They just call them Jawas,
Mm-hmm.
and or they refer to them by their name or something like that.
No, what do you expect?
So it's like the fact that you did that, and this leads into like the next thing we're going to talk about. The fact that you did that, it's like it serves zero purpose. It doesn't add anything to the game. It's like, why? Why do I need to know what gender the damn Jawa is? You can't even tell.
Can't tell. How will you
Right.
know?
Right. So maybe somebody was like, well, how can you, like, it's a she. Like, well, how can you tell? I was like, oh, well, we need to put something in that blatantly tells you that it's a her. So you put a C3PO droid in a box that tells you that it's a her. Like, what? Everything for Star Wars, bro.
Everything's dying. Everything that was made is dying, basically.
All right. So, all right. Okay. Big news came out that like John Deere and Microsoft have decided to dismantle some of their DEI stuff. All right. So let me get
I wonder what made them do that. Wonder they just woke up or what?
I literally have no idea why this happened, because I was trying to find an article that it was like in March when they were doubling down on their DEI initiative. Right. So I'm gonna share this. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So report Microsoft Access, and I got a couple of other things. Access's entire DEI team claiming DEI programs everywhere are no longer business critical or as smart as they were in 2020. New report claims that Microsoft has eliminated an entire diversity, equity, inclusion team with a manager claiming DEI programs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. This new report from a Business Insider's Ashley Stewart writes, after Microsoft laid off the internal team focused on diversity. Okay. A team leader blasted the company lack of investment in these efforts. Email from the manager stated in part, true systems change work associated with DEI programs everywhere. Oh, they keep repeating the same fucking thing. The reporter.
When you mean that DEI, are they mostly like consultants?
It is. All right. So
I mean, consultants with different nationalities.
Yeah, it typically means not white.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what I'm
and me.
saying. But
Yeah,
they're
so
basically consultants.
Right. So basically, all of these games, the DEI stuff is the reason why if in God of War you have black Norse giants. It's like, why are they black? And the lady's grandmother is basically Jamaican. Like why in Norse mythology you would have like a Jamaican looking woman as a Norse giant?
Would you say DEI is considered like affirmative action?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's just that they just changed the name, huh?
Right. And they got a new thing that they're working on. It's basically the same thing. Because
they just changing the name.
Yeah, because
so there won't be DEI, it will be something else.
Well, it depends. It's like it's called it's called Bridge or something.
Bridge. What color bridge?
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, Bridge is a purpose-driven community biased to action focused on the workplace, workforce, and the marketplace. The Bridge is to create cultural shift in companies where DEI principles flow through all the facets of the organization, from C-suite to marketing through product development, procurement, customer service. The Voices of Inclusion research, the assessment tool, Bridge, and this is like a see if I can see the partners.
That thing looks so dumb.
Right. So there's a list. Partners. Right. So there's a thing with the list, and I gotta find that leaders. Yeah, it's just. Oh, yeah, look at these freaking people, and this is all this bullshit, dude. None of this has to do with anything that's gonna make money for your company. All right, nothing.
Rather than say the best qualifying person, the most skill, or anything they want to they want to start with these programs.
Okay, here we go. So IMAX is a culmination of cross-sector research collaboration between academia and industry. Why would you listen to people who can't get an actual job? So these are all the partners. This is why you get this nonsense in the NFL and freaking NBA and like all this dumb shit.
Oh, those are all the sponsors?
Right. So it's like you're not making money, right? So your DEI, that's how you wind up with this character in the thing we just watched where the character is unattractive, even though the model for the character is not. So the characters are unattractive. Because you're more concerned about including everyone being able to play the game. So the gameplay will be generic as hell, very easy, and not actually challenging. So therefore, most of your gamers will not actually want to play this.
I would not even want to play that.
Right. So it's like I said, but they just change the name of the crap. And then when it fails, it is shock and stun and all this other stuff. All right, so I can see if I can find some more information on the thing I was telling you about. Okay. All right, so maybe facing the axe, large diversity and inclusion initiatives could be facing the axe with large-scale conservative policy potentially on the horizon. Yes, because we need to make money. Going to close down a major team, focus on. Oh yeah, they keep repeating the same shit over and over again. Okay, so all right, so this is the full. Reportedly, the DEI shut down on July 1st due to changing business needs. In an internal email obtained by the outlet, a former lead for the team believes that the cuts were done to get ahead of the Project 2025 conservative policy plan. Because
what would be interesting was to find out how much their program, the DEI, how much from all of them, how much were they making?
Not very much, because
not that much.
No, they were getting most of their money from BlackRock and like those companies like that. They were pushing this stuff.
That's all right. My next question is:
okay,
Microsoft. That was a whole group, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, what was their skills like? Were they gamers or what? Like, what was the purpose of having them there at Microsoft?
Talking about how white people are icky. That's it. They don't add anything to anything. Dude, literally every company that this stuff is at, they don't add anything.
But what's their skill? That's what I'm saying. If they were hired for Microsoft, they had to do something, right?
No, it is.
Or just give their advice.
Okay, so it kind of works like this: is these companies, they get a like a rating, right? Your inclusion rating, stuff like I forgot the actual name for it.
Yeah, something that's fake.
Right. So they have this rating. It helps them with getting loans and stuff like that. All right. So like your diversity rating or whatever has to be a certain number, and if it's that number, then you will be pushed for like in the front of the line for like loans, right?
So basically, they're being pressure.
Right. So it is a pressure thing.
That's weird. Who would have thought it'd be pressuring Microsoft? No,
dude, it's all of these like, dude, my Google, Microsoft, they're all into this stuff because you gotta remember where these places are at. It's like in Seattle. That's what I told you about, how they wanted the Uber Eats drivers and like the food delivery drivers to make a minimum amount of money per hour, right? What they call a living wage. So, and the people who pushed this stuff worked off the assumption that the company was just going to eat that cost. It was going to pay these people more and then not raise their prices or anything like that. Companies didn't do that. They raised their prices, like the fees that you had to pay to get someone to deliver your food. So people started noticing that their food costs for that started going up. So they stopped
Something has to go up, right?
Right. Because these people are under the impression that these major corporations are going to eat this cost. I'm like, no, they're not. It's the same thing with the raising the minimum wage to like $20 an hour, and then they are shocked that all these people got laid off. I'm like, yeah, So an economic downturn, and you got a group of people who aren't actually making you money. So who do you think first to go? You get rid of all this crap because it's not actually helping you. Because right now, all of these companies need to make money, even Microsoft, Apple, all of this stuff. So you're going to stop seeing a bunch of this nonsense that, just kind of how it works.
You think it's also a lot, they're doing it because they have that feeling where I believe Donald Trump is going to win.
Yeah, that is why this is happening. So,
they're trying to be like in a, they're going wherever the wind is going.
Yeah, so they don't actually care. Just like, like 2 years ago for Pride Month, it was like insane. It was just everyone's rainbow flag. It was just like this ridiculous stuff, right? So there was some pushback in 2021, but they kind of, it's like, then remember I told you that Bud Light thing scared the hell out of all these companies because they lost money and those people never came back because they were under the impression that one, there's a new market, there isn't. And two, there was like, well, they're just going to grumble and fuss and whatever. And eventually they're going to come back. The Bud Light folks did not, the people who left didn't come back. So they lost 25% market share.
So basically all this DEI is all PR stuff, huh?
Pretty much.
It's not basically talent or anything. Just it's a PR thing. That's all it is.
They do not care. Hence the reason why, and this is why this person is upset. So, all right. So, like I said, the Project 2025 conservative policy plan, which Trump has basically said that that's not really what he wants to do. It's more being pushed by the Heritage Foundation, but that's like a political thing. So, true systems change work associated with DEI programs everywhere are no longer business critical or smart as they were in 2020. The timing was impeccable, so businesses everywhere could reevaluate the path forward should their U.S. federal contracts be at risk. If the work continues on its face. In the same email, the formerly alleges Microsoft executives were investigated and there was evidence of discrimination, harassment, and toxicity towards them during their tenure. Despite this, they stress impossible mountains were moved by DEI teams. All right, following George Floyd's murder and the Black Lives Matter stuff that people don't know when to talk about, it invested $150 million in the DEI program to pledge to double its number of Black and African. What? Okay, these are the same shit. They put Black and African American managers. But as IGN notes, companies like Google and Meta have made cuts to their DEI programs ahead of the 2024 election. Things are further compounded by harassment against DEI programs and consultants in recent months. Developers are largely silent on the matter of recent months, unlike other equality divisive events such as Roe v. Wade's reversal.
I just sound like DEI is another fake, corrupt institution. For me, that's the way I looked at it.
Bro, I am so tired of this shit because it's a bunch of white people who think you and me can't muster the mental fortitude to get our own damn shit. That we are need them to lower the bar to the point where we can just hobble over it and they get into these positions.
So basically, everything's been lowered the bar now. Right.
So what you wind up with is Disney getting rid of their Splash Mountain thing because some white lady was offended by it, and they started this new thing. Dude, that's what it was. There's some new thing that they can't get to work properly because everybody they more than likely what they did was they put a bunch of DEI hires. They got rid of all the old white guys who knew how to make actual rides that work, and they got a bunch of new DEI hires to do this ride, and they can't get the damn shit to work right.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's like breaking. It's like,
so basically they're gonna lose a lot of money, huh?
Yeah. So it's like. So, like I said, all right. So it is the Bud Light thing scared them, and the seeing that things that does not have this stuff in it does really, really well. Things that does either fails or doesn't make as much money as they wanted it to, kind of thing.
When did it really started DEI? When did it it started to after COVID?
around COVID, I mean, all this stuff was kind of in the background. What really kicked it off was the George Floyd thing.
Oh, okay.
And so, like I said, these corporations do not care about the brown people. They care about the green. That's it. So if it's a way to make money, they'll go with it. That's why all this stuff is being dropped left and right, because it's not making them money. Hollywood, what Marvel, and we're not talking about games right now, but Marvel and all this stuff learned that with all their DEI kind of movies, inclusive movies that they put out for the last series, that all basically flop.
It's basically everything that we grew up. They're destroying it. Huh? They're destroying Marvel. They're destroying Star Wars. They're destroying gaming. Now the scary part, they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna destroy the sports too.
Right, because sports may be saved because at some point they're gonna pull back and just like, because I think that's what just like what the dudes basically said, because he's right, is they think Trump's gonna win, that the pendulum is shifting back, so you're gonna have for the next 3 years, you're gonna have a bunch of games coming out that's gonna be dog shit and die because people aren't gonna want to play it. But you're gonna start
playing their old games, huh?
Right, because that's what they're doing now. So old games over TV shows, all that stuff is really. I think there was something I saw where the old version of the game was doing better than the new version of the game or something like that. Yeah, because people don't want this stuff.
Yeah, sometimes like I'd rather watch old stuff rather than the new stuff. I watch I like watching Married with Children or Beavis and Butthead, like old stuff now, not the new stuff.
All right, so speaking of which, this kind of goes with what we're talking about. Is Ubisoft decided to put a trigger warning in a 20-year-old game. All right, okay. So this game came out. This is an excellent game. It has a female protagonist. She actually fights like a female would. She's what's the word I'm looking for? She is competent, but is not girl boss. All right. Okay. Trigger warning states: Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition brings original experiences to today's platform. The story and gameplay remain as they were when the game was launched in 2003. As such, some characters and cultural references contain stereotypes. Ubisoft apologizes for the negative impact on the representation. Much like in the game itself, we keep learning about our world, games, and stories, and representation within them. It's like, bro, your actual audience who actually will purchase that game are going to purchase the game for how it was. But when you cut on like old movies, like on Max, I think they got like a bunch of stuff in there too. Same thing. Is like the world has not changed. No, you guys have wiggled your way into these different genres, and you live in a bubble, so you assume that everybody thinks like you. So you put this message out to warn people who think like you that this has inappropriate cultural representation. I'm like, yeah, and so does Friends, and Friends is more popular than any new TV show that is on. So it's The Office. So it's everything that came out in the past.
Everything's on Netflix, right?
Right. Well, I mean, it's only it's just different shows on these streaming services, and everybody goes look at the old stuff. That has
Friends. I'm pretty sure Friends is really popular still.
Right. So it's super popular. It has all kind of gay jokes and all kind of stuff like that, and so these people live in they live in like some weird ass bubble where they have to warn like each other that they will be offended by some word. It is very, very odd. So, but these people are odd. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is this is actually pretty funny. So let's see if all righty. Not that. Okay, here we go. This is they had all right. So Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out this week, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's July.
Right. So there is a tie-in to Xbox. All right. All right. So can you see it? Like the Deadpool has gotten a custom Xbox. All right. So this is the Xbox Series X, and it's the the controller. And so
is that real?
This is a real thing. This is an actual real controller. Wouldn't you? Would you like having a aerodynamic controller? Basically, you're palming Deadpool's ass.
Are they really gonna sell it out?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's I don't know if they're selling it or you win it because it looks like it's a sweepstake. So maybe you win it.
It says a sweepstake,
bro.
I'll pass on it. Even though I like Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'll pass on that one.
Bro, that's like so wrong, man. Okay. Let me.
You think it will make $1 billion? You think that will make $1 billion?
So far, all the stuff that don't have any of that crap in it is doing very, very well. So, let's see. The Minions is doing well. Inside Out is doing well. There's another cartoon or something that's doing well. Yeah, so people want to go see stuff. Dude,
Yeah,
like,
the Inside Out. You think with it's doing so good that it's gonna put a lot of pressure into the CEO of Disney?
I don't know, dude. They are lost. All right, so let's see. It's always interesting when a collaboration around featuring custom-made console, whether it's Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. The level of detail design around the custom console depends on the character and how big they're going to go with it. For the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Microsoft decided not just to make a full-on Deadpool-style Xbox Series X, but they also made 2 Deadpool-themed controllers to go with it. Said controls are truly cheeky in their designs, which will arguably make them even more popular with fans who want them. So how can you get this unique pair of items? The answer is simple. You go to the Xbox post below and repost it while following them, and you'll be entered in the contest to try and win it. Okay, so you have to win it. Bro, I'm good. I don't need a booty controller. You know what? Actually, you know what? I want an Xbox Series X. It looks cool. I will never take it out of the box. I'll just leave it like to the
shrine.
Keep it in the box. So, dude, that is so Ryan Reynolds right there. So, okay. So, all right. Dude, have you ever heard of No Man's Sky?
No.
Okay, so let me look this up. Let's put the trailer. All right, so No Man's Sky is this game that came out like 8 years ago. All right. And all right, look at the trailer real quick. It's not that long. It's like a minute long.
Is that a war game or something?
No, it's a all right. So what it is a the way the game works, it is procedurally generated. So it makes like it takes a series of a collection of stuff and it makes a planet out of it. So it'll like they'll build a bunch of different types of plants, a bunch of different types of animals, a bunch of different types of whatever. Then the computer program will then take that and combine it into different combinations and create like a planet with a 8 or 9 animals on it or something like that. And you go there and you explore, and so you go, and it's like 1 trillion worlds or something like that. So it's like the combinations. So when it first came out, it got into a bit of trouble because the guy was promising all kind of stuff. It'll do this, it'll do that. And when it came out, it looked kind of weird, and it didn't really live up to its promise. But true to these people, they just kept at it, and they kept adding stuff. So now it looks exactly like what he described. So you find a ship, you take off in your ship, you just take off from the planet, you go into space. They got asteroids, they got all that other stuff in a little space station. And then you warp to another another galaxy, another solar system. There's planets there. There's usually about 4 or 5. You find you scan it and it'll tell you different types of environments. They got like fire environments, cold environments, acid, radiation, all kind of stuff. You make sure your character is prepared to be able to handle that situation. You go land and you explore, that kind of thing. It's one of those, it's kind of relaxing, at least to me. They've added a bit of combat over the years. So it's a little bit of combat. And so it is actually pretty relaxing for me. I'll sit back and just play it for a couple of hours. So, all right. But I'll show you what the newest version of it looks like. All right.
Introducing No Man's Sky version 5.0. A complete refresh of the universe. With new technology,
so like creatures you can,
new flora and fauna, and new gameplay. Planet variety is far beyond what was possible
you can fly around
before.
with your friends too, and just explore the galaxy.
So basically, you're just like exploring.
Collections and more variety.
You can build a base. You get your own freighter.
Planets
You can design
have
your own
wind
freighter.
patterns.
So
Waves are dynamic
It's not quite
and
a walking
react to
simulator,
weather.
but it's like
On the surface of the planet, there are new
I don't know, it's kind of hard.
volumetrics
It's one of those
and
things where you gotta actually
atmospherics.
try it. Like my friend is like, he don't even want to try
New
it because it's
cloud
like
tech
it looks boring.
allows detailed clouds and weather conditions. In storms, waves, winds, and clouds interact for
I'll
incredible
see if I can
immersion.
find what it used to look like.
New creatures are out there to discover. With a combat-focused expedition. Our journey continues.
All right, so I'll see if I can find what it used to look like.
That's kind of boring.
Well, like that's what I said, dude. It is kind of one of those
I
things
don't
where
know, it depends on the person. For me, it would kind of be boring.
yeah, it is one of those things where it is kind of hard to describe to people. And whenever I do, they kind of have the same impression. So see if we can find what it originally looked like. Okay, so here's the original.
Majority of the gaming there is they want shooting and stuff like that. That's what most people like.
Right. So
But I get that point of the game. It's like you explore.
Yeah. So all right, let me share, and I'll show you what this is. The trailer that came out 10 years ago. Okay. So this is 10 years ago. Yeah, there's like oceans. You could build like underwater bases. It's one of those things where it's like if you just feel like kind of chilling and just putzing around a little bit. This is what it used to look like when they first announced it, and this is actually better than what it actually came out looking like. So at first you couldn't even see like yourself. See how much has changed over the in the last 8 years or so? Okay. But this was like 2 years before it came out. And it didn't really look like this when it came out.
What's that, dude?
All right, so they promised a lot of stuff, right? So all of that stuff that you saw in that trailer was not in the original game.
Right. Oh, okay.
Right. So not all of it now. Yeah, everything that they showed in that trailer now you can do, but when it came out, you couldn't know. So everybody was like really pissed at this guy because he was promising all kind of stuff. But to give them credit, once you purchase the game, every update for it is free. So there's no DLC. There's downloadable content, but it's all free. So every time they improve it, every time they add something to it, it's like the little guy walking around in the mech suit that was added a couple years ago, and so they've added stuff to that. So you can walk around the planet in a mech suit, in a buggy, like all kind of different things. You can like the creatures, you can befriend the creatures so that it can become your pet. So you can ride on it, and it looks like the buildings they got walking buildings now. So like the buildings walk around, and you can actually befriend the buildings, and you can ride on top of the building. So it is the ultimate fuck around and just whatever. So they got like little enemies, and the enemies are simple. So, all right. So you heard of Starfield?
No, not Starfield.
Okay, so Starfield was this game by Bethesda. They do Fallout. So Fallout is, I mean, the TV show Fallout. So they're the guys who made that.
Oh, okay.
So what people were wanting from Starfield was basically what this game is, but with combat. So if Bethesda would have made like the combat that they put in Starfield, but it was like this, because again they promised kind of the same stuff. Everything is procedural, kind of is they got a bunch of assets and the computer mixes all it up and puts it on different planets or whatever, and you go to it. Problem is you don't land on the planet. You go to the planet and then there's a cutscene and then you're on the planet. And then when you take off, it's a cutscene and then you're out in the space. You don't fly into the atmosphere. Because like when you fly into the clouds in No Man's Sky, you can't it's hard to see. But depending on the climate, so some of the planets are like paradise planets, so it's clear and everything is beautiful, whatever. Some of them are like hellholes, like of ice and all kind of stuff. So you could be flying down and then you'll fly, like you won't get that much damage, but you can fly into a mountain and not see it. It's like a fog. Like the last time I played, it was like a fog planet. It's fog everywhere. You can't see anything. So you get it. Yeah. So it's.
I think I'll fall asleep playing that.
Right, dude. It's actually relaxing. So you just turn your brain off, and because the way the game starts is you wake up on a planet, you have no idea who you are or where you're at. You got to get there. You have to get off the planet. So you find resources because there's a crashed ship on the planet. So you find the ship is usually nearby you, and it tells you I need this to fix this. So you go find the resources, you go mine for like ores or whatever, and then you fix the part, you take off and you go into space, and there's a space station, and then there's like a couple of different missions you can go on for the story. All right.
Oh.
So there's a story, or dude, you can just mess around and just stay in with, because like the first time I did the story, and the second time when I played it on my Switch, I just kind of messed around and accumulate stuff and build things. Then you can get a freighter, and then you can build that up, and then you can. There's one dude made something, and it looks like a friggin' mall. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of games where like you build stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Pirate freighter. Okay. Pirate dreadnought. So trying to find like what this dude built. All right. Where's this at? Okay. So I'll show you what I'm talking about.
What do you build? Castle?
No,
you
it's
probably should. If you can,
no.
I'm
You
gonna show
mean
you. I'm
like,
kind of
dude?
scared.
I can show you some shit that people have built is like insane.
Copy the large locker and then hit wire and place at the same
He does a
time.
walkthrough of
And
what it
you've
looks
just
like.
scaled up an item.
All right, so he built all of this on
And when
his
you've tried to
right?
build anything, if you got outside, you probably noticed how amazing it all looks out there. So I've come up with
So
a
this
build
is the
that'll
base
take
that he built
advantage
on
of
his
those
freighter.
amazing vistas. I also have a very useful farm for doing those expeditions through the kiosk. And with the stellar
This is more for
extractor
those
ribs
people who
functioning
are
correctly
who
now,
like Minecraft.
gathering
stuff
certain
like that.
types of resources can also be practical. So you may have noticed I'm wandering around my build right now, so you can get a good sense of the layout and the size of the build. And after
the dude
completing my
literally built a
walkthrough,
friggin'
I'll give a
mall
step-by-step guide how
on
to
his
build
site.
it.
So
I do advise
this is,
watching the walkthrough so you get a good sense of the build and where everything is, because it is a massive base, and you probably are going to get lost a few times.
Yeah, so that is on his spaceship. And best bases. All right.
Installed exocraft hangar portal to its full potential. Portal coordinates them so you can check them out for yourself.
Dude, look at that.
And this time is no different, and you're in for one hell of a treat. I think some of these bases are the best I've seen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check them out.
Somebody actually sat down and just like when you go on a
As with all my videos where I post
Minecraft?
coordinates to these amazing bases, if you want to check them out for yourself, you will need to if you haven't a way of finding them.
Actually show it.
And I've also shown you the fastest way to get there. It won't take you long at all. But one of the quickest ways would be first to check out the featured bases, which you can see at the portal. Anyway. Once you step on inside, you instantly see just how good this arena looks. I assume it's a recreation of a basketball arena, and around the top of the stands, there are a couple of bar areas as stands built around the existing outpost, but it's such a good extension of it, and it's...
You see what I'm talking about, though, right? Like, these dudes is building like crazy stuff. So yeah, it is just like Minecraft in space. You mine stuff, you collect materials, and then you can build stuff. You can make, like, if you want to make something that looks like a casino, I guess you can figure out how to do it. I don't know how these dudes did half of this stuff, because like the dude with the base, he made a fish tank. There's no fish tanks in the game. I mean, there's like a little thing with fish in it, but he blew it up and set it up in a certain way and put stuff around it to make it look like it's a fish tank.
Yeah, I say Minecraft. I would not. I hate that game.
But this is what I'm saying, though, man. This is one of those things where it's kind of hard to tell you why people play it, but they do. They're like, dude, Minecraft has been out for a long time. It's still making Microsoft a lot of money.
Yeah, I see on YouTube. My nephew loves this stuff.
Yeah, my godson loves it. And I'm like, it looks like square boxes, but one of the biggest games out right now is Roblox. It's the same stuff. Is if you look at it from the outside, it is like, it looks kind of weird, but the stuff, like the things that people do with it is like crazy. So
I'll stick with my Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Call of Duty.
Yeah, dude, it's to each his own. It's one of those things. Like I said, it would be very. I can't explain to like my roommate can't figure out why I play No Man's Sky. I can't really describe to him why I do it. It's just you're just chilling, like you're sitting down. You're not really thinking. You're just flying up and down, mining stuff. I don't know. It's nurturing to me, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things. All right, well, we're coming up on an hour. So we had a couple people poke their head in and didn't like what they see, but it is what it is. So not really much on it. So you're gonna check out Deadpool?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I already watched Minions, so I'm gonna watch this one.
I actually went to go see that.
Oh, the Minions?
Yeah, it was actually refreshing because it was just funny. It was funny.
All the Minions are funny.
Yeah, it was like it's just funny. There's no message. Like the bad guy, just the bad guy. He's the bad guy. So he's the bad guy.
There was funny how they made those Minions, those Avengers, huh?
Yeah. So and which had nothing to do with the actual plot of the movie, but yeah. So it's like as I'm watching this, I'm thinking this is refreshing.
It was where did we went? Harkins? Which theater you went? Harkins?
I went to one in the Cerritos. Yeah, over there.
It was pure adults.
Dude, I'm like, it was just fun. No, it was nobody trying to teach me about climate change or how I'm supposed to accept everybody of their 50 million genders. It was none of that. It was just Gru and his family in a little adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And it's making money. So it's like, I'm hoping Hollywood and I'm encouraged by the fact that all these companies are slowly getting rid of their DEI stuff. That to me indicates that they're actually starting to realize that this stuff is not actually making them money. So the people who are complaining about who got fake jobs or complaining about losing their fake jobs, I have no sympathy for you because you had a fake job and you are ruining everything that I love.
That's true.
Yeah, because you live in a friggin' bubble and you think everybody in the world should think like you. So I don't know, but to each his own, as the world is. I'd like to thank anybody who checks this out later. Please like, share, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And on behalf of myself and Ricky, we're out.